Good evening, everyone. Tonight I will be playing Elder Sign with all my components laid out here upon my squeaky floor that's much in need of a vacuuming, in large part thanks to these guys, who I will push away from the game if they try to walk over it. I'm going to make this video assuming that you've either played Elder Sign before, or you know how it's played, or you don't mind not knowing all the rules. And really what I'll focus on is the latest large expansion, which is Omens of Ice. Omens of Ice gives us this reference card for the new midnight effect timing and the investigate turn order. It introduces weather effects, which do a number of things, including how the Doom track moves on the Ancient One. It introduces the supply track system. We start at 15, 10 plus 5. And the day system. As the days go along, we get closer to ruin and more storm icons enter. We're actually going to play on the summer side because the winter is even less forgiving. Although summer is not supposed to be easy either, by any stretch. We're playing against the villain that the rulebook said was hard, between medium, hard, and insane. And that villain is impronounceable. But his special ability is Killing Cold at midnight, add 3 storm markers to adventures. So that's big. That's in addition to what's already going to add storm markers, including the Doom track and the new Mythos deck that is specifically for playing with the Alaska winter adventure system. Also different is instead of just having one deck of adventure cards, there's level 1 and level 2, and we'll go through 4 stages of an adventure. 2 for level 1, 2 for level 2, and when we get to level 2, we switch decks that we start drawing from, and the quests become more rewarding, but also more punishing at the same time. This kind of gives an overall arc to our adventure. We have to try to build up supplies long enough to survive, but also not waste too much time, because we need those 13 Elder Scrolls to seal this Ancient One away for good. We're also playing with components found in other expansions too, that are incorporated in to the extent that they can be, including even the mini expansion with the phobias, epitaphs, and epic duel. If you notice I do any rules wrong or incorrectly, feel free to call me out and correct me. I'm no expert by any stretch, though I love this game along with my 2 other favorite Cthulhu games, all of which are also by Fantasy Flight Games, even though many great companies have done Cthulhu games. And those other 2 are Eldritch Horror and Mansions of Madness, both 1st edition and now supplanted by the 2nd edition. Here's our monster bag, our other worlds, and now we're ready to lay out the game. We have as our investigators Diana Stanley, the redeemed cultist. She has dark insight. If you ever can't read what I'm trying to focus on, that's that I'm not a great photographer, but I'll read it out loud as well. Each time Diana defeats a monster, she gains 1 clue token at the end of the resolution phase. So she benefits from defeating monsters. Makes sense. Michael Mcglenn, strong body. Once per roll, Michael may change a die showing a terror result, that's a tentacles, to a peril result, that's the skull. Starts with 2 common items. She's got more health, less sanity. She's closer to the middle. Alright, let's give them their starting items. Here are the 2 common items for Michael Mcglenn. 38 revolver, brass knuckles. Both give a yellow die. Seems suiting for him. For Diana, she gets a clue allowing for reroll, along with a spell Spellbook. Holds a card, just like most spellbooks do. Mists of Relaya. Very good. Unlike in other Elder Sign versions, where you would go to the entrance or the streets of Arkham instead of going to an adventure, you can go back to the expedition camp and spin trophies that you get from adventure cards or from killing monsters the same turn, as long as you were successful. So that's useful. Alright, let's get started. The first thing we do is look at the first special adventure. Arrival, where 3 trophies, hence the 3 in green up there. They must be completed in order. At midnight, advance the clock. So every midnight, every day that goes by, time is getting ahead of us. If we fail, time goes even faster. But if we succeed, we put the next special adventure card into play, into the wild. That's that one there. Arrival. I'll read this out loud. We arrived in Anchorage 2 weeks after Dr. Lott's letter and had reached us. I urged that we depart quickly, but others insisted that we stay and gather our bearings first. Time will tell which of us was right. So we'll place that here, and that will be in addition to the 6 starting adventure cards. From now on, after setup, when you place them face down, and you have a clue about what is on them based on the back. The bottom portion says what happens when you land there, or any special effects about it. It gives the name of the type of place it is. There's more than one of the same type, but the actual backs are different. Then green is easiest, yellow is medium, and red is hardest, so it's giving you a clue about what you'll find there. But until you actually land on it, you won't know for sure what's underneath. But when we start, 3 are exposed face up and 3 are unexposed face down. So, face up, and I'll show the card before we go to 1. And 3 face down, drawing from level 1 because that's where we are right now. Try to scooch all this forward. Like most Fantasy Flight games I can name, especially the Cthulhu-themed ones, even the smaller games take up a lot of floor space, or a lot of table space, floor space in this case. Alright, let's have Diana go first. And again, this is me with a handheld camera, which is my phone. If you don't like shaky camera, this video probably won't be good for you unless you're okay just listening to it. However, I might try tinkering with the shake stabilization feature on YouTube to see if that works, but it may make it too blurry. So we'll try that out and see how it looks. Okay. Well, first things first, I want to start her off with an easy one that gets her the ability to start gaining some items. These top 2 let her spin trophies to do things, but she doesn't have any trophies yet. This is medium. This one opens another gate, but you should do it in order. This one would just heal her and move the clock back. That's not that great. None of these are actually super easy. I was hoping there'd be at least one easy one. So let's just risk it and go up here anyway to Fairbanks. So we indicate that. We bring Diana up here. And we read what the card says. Obsessive greed. Worth 2 trophies. He clutched the golden idol like a mother clutches her child, and yelled at us that we would never take it from him. Terror. Discard 1 item unless you lose 2 supplies. So if we roll a terror icon and we fail a task, that would happen. It's locking a red die, meaning that until I complete this adventure, no red dice can be used. Alright, let's try our best. We just have our 6 green dice right off the bat to try and do this. But I think we can. Alright. We have apparel. And do I want to spend... I have to anyway to complete a test. So I will. I'll spend 2. A loss of 1 there, but that's how it works to get the first one. So that was completed, so I can re-roll again without any loss. Alright, darn it. I was unsuccessful, so I'm going to take 1 die away. I'm focusing this die. If you're unsuccessful, you can focus 1. Oh god, I'm re-rolling this, hoping to try and get a peril. You know what? Instead of doing that yet, maybe it's not worth it, but I'm going to spend a clue token to re-roll both of them instead of losing 1, hoping to get a peril. No peril. Damn, this is not a good first start for me. And it didn't succeed, so there's a terror effect. Discard 1 item unless you lose the suit supplies. Well, I don't have any items to discard, so I guess I have to do the other effect. I'll take it that way. 4, 3. Darn it, this is going really poorly. Okay, lose 1. Try to roll these again. Was that on 2? I meant to not re-roll that 3. I'm not trying to cheat here. That's literally what I meant to do. I'm trying to roll a peril. And I meant to focus that again. Or not focus it, but not re-roll it with my clue token last time. Okay. And we failed. This task is failed. That sucks. Alright, so this still remains here. So this actually could be worse. Lose an elder sign, lose a unique item, lose a clue, and lose a supply. Well, we lose a supply, but joke's on you, we don't have that other stuff. So our red die is still locked, and that jerk is still there. And she stays on the adventure because she was not successful, so she can't go back to the expedition camp. So that sucked. That was a failure. We just lost supplies and stuff. Alright. Let's see if Mcglenn has more luck. He's going to try going here. This space here would be the first priority of where a monster would go, if a monster were to show up. Let's read this one here. Blood in the snow. One of our number was missing, and only a trail of blood remained as evidence. Was this done by man or beast? Alright, been having some tough luck, but I'm tempted to say, let's try doing it without spending a yellow die. Let's also try green, see if he gets more lucky. Okay. We have a terror, and we can do the 4. So let's do it. Now let's re-roll these 2. That gets a re-roll. A terror. Was there a terror effect on this? No. Okay, take 1 away. Haha! Peril token. Perfect. That completes it. Not a moment too soon. Alright, so we can choose between either getting a clue or and a common item, or a monster shows up, but we also get a clue and an ally. Ally? It's not a hard word. Let's go for that second one. I want him to get an ally. So now he has 1 trophy under his belt, thanks to taking this guy out. We draw a new one in its place. Oh, that's from the special adventure deck. Wrong thing. Oh, what am I doing? I'm thinking like it's the original game. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me shuffle that a little, or at least put it somewhere in the middle. Not face down yet. Or not face up yet. Face down. he goes back to the expedition camp. There's not much he can do with one trophy. Nothing too useful. But that's good that he succeeded in one. And yeah, he's going to make a monster show up, but also get a clue. And an ally. And the ally is Sir William Brinton. Place one sanity token on Sir William Brinton after failing a roll. Instead of discarding a die and or triggering any terror effect, discard this card when there are 3 tokens on it. So 3 times I can stop him from discarding a die when I fail. So that's good. I like him. Here's his reroll. Not bad. Oh, and we already are screwing up the game. Diana should have advanced the clock 1. Now Michael Mcglenn advanced the clock 1. Now, it's back to Diana's turn. And as a redeemed cultist, she will redeem herself. But she's going to go somewhere a little easier, because that was hard. We have these at midnight ones, and that's not good. But I think she'll go here to the shortage one. Come on, Diana. You can do this. So she moved from here to here. So it's a food shortage. So that's not good. We don't like that. Okay. We can do the 4. Now, we need a peril and more investigation. Alright. We'll focus that investigation. And we'll try to roll. And we have to discard a die. And we'll try to roll for the peril. No. Peril. Okay. Motherfucker. Alright. So, we have to lose 2 supplies. Or heart and a brain, a sanity and a health. She's going to take that. She feels bad for losing this much. She takes it upon herself as a guilt-ridden former cultist. She stays here, still sad, and the clock moves 3 hours closer to midnight. It's symbolic. I mean, days aren't 12 hours long, but you get it. It's a day. Oh, man. Alright, Michael Mcglenn, what do you want to do? Is there any way you can give some shit to her so that she does better? I don't know. Use some of your yellow dice. Maybe unlock that red die up there. Something. Yeah. Okay, no, Michael Mcglenn is going to go to the same one she's at, because they could work together, because she can assist, potentially. Okay, he's going to use his brass knuckles on the food shortage, sons of bitches. Discard that. So that way he gets a yellow die to roll as well. He'll do fine now. Okay. We got our peril, and we got our 3. Nice. Let's roll the rest. We don't have what we need. We'll remove 1. Oh, I'm not rolling with the full complement. I had a die over here that I removed before but forgot to add back in. To make up for it, I simply won't remove 1 this roll. Fair is fair. We got a 3. Alright, he's going to focus that 3. Remove 1 for realsies. Oh no, we have a 3 over here too. Shit, okay, now he's got it. Success. Boom. Worked together. She gave spiritual support. And thank you, by the way, Diana. I don't mean that to sound patronizing. Alright. The clock does not move this time, so that's good. And he regains a heart that's not useful to him. That's okay. He gains that as a trophy. He's up to 2 trophies now. Let's draw. And the clock didn't move, so that's good. So let's see if Diana can do something really cool. Come on, Diana, wow us. She says, okay, I'm going to the port of anchorage. She can't do the option there because she has no trophies to spend. Warnings of Inuktitutes. We found the writing scrawled on a storefront window. When translated, it warned us of death by cold and ice. Terror, add 2 storm markers to an adventures. Okay. You've got this, Diana. Believe in you. Why is this confusing for me? That could be a... Do I have a squiddy here? No, no squiddy. I need a squiddy. I just have lots of dooms. Okay. She is going to just do the 2 on the bottom. That's fine. She will use her spell, Mist of Verlea, to save the scroll. Now she needs another scroll or a terror. She's got it. Scroll plus scroll. Boom. Success. Diana, you are a rock star. Worth 1 trophy, and she gets 2 clues. That's great. Okay. We draw another one. This time it's Inuit Village. That's good. We like Inuits. She goes back here. She can, to the expedition camp. She can spend 2 trophies to regain 2 stamina or 2 sanity. I don't know if she wants to do that yet, because she's only missing 1 of each. But we have to do all of the midnight stuff now. Because it is midnight. So let's check out what we have to do. First thing, after resolving the day token along the day track, add a number of storm markers to adventures indicated by the space the day token moved to. So, move the day. Second day, no storm markers yet. Still okay. For each adventure with 4 storm markers, add 1 doom token to the doom track, and 4 is the most that an adventure can have on it. 3. Resolve all at midnight effects on cards currently in play on following order. Midnight Ancient 1. Midnight Effect on Monsters. Midnight Effect on Adventure Otherworld. So I think the order usually doesn't matter that much, but in case there's some kind of conflict, they have that. They didn't used to specify the order as much, I don't think. At midnight, place 3 storm markers to adventures. Well, shit. Alright, let's place 3 of these down. I'm supposed to see that. Alright. Let's put them on. I'm going to put all 3 here and just deal with them all at once and see what that's like. That looks like an easier one. And I'm just going to see what that's like. So that was his killing cold doing that. As part of his at midnight effect. At midnight, advance the clock, so time is running out fast until we get on that boat. I don't see any other at midnight effects on those cards. No monsters are out with at midnight effects. And no at midnight effects on other cards as well. Resolve the next time the clock strikes midnight effect on the current Mythos card. And then draw and resolve a new Mythos card. Refresh any once per day abilities after that. Alright. Well, shit. Unnatural Terror. All adventurers gain the following entry effect today. In addition to any other entry effects, add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Well, that's terrible. That means we don't like going to adventures today, but we have to. Succumb to fear. Each investigator loses 1 sanity. The red die is locked for today. Well, that is terrible. I think it used to be that those would be, you do the bottom part later, right? But I think this time it doesn't say the next time the clock strikes midnight. I think we do both of these at once. Either way, we're still going to end up doing both effects, but I think this is what they're saying to do, is just do both at once. So this would lock the red die, but the red die is already locked. So as soon as it unlocks there, it'll go there. So red die is just kind of out of commission. And all entry effects are going to have that Doom token added for the day. So that's tough. Alright, let's do, but we'll do our best. Who just went, by the way? She did, because she finally got some cool shit, right? Yeah, I always forget. Okay. So, Michael Mcglenn, I think it's time you take us to, take us up. Take us on the arrival. We're ready. Yeah, we read that. Alright, he's going to use his 38 revolver. Get a yellow die. And see what we get. Whoops. Should I keep it? Yeah. That was a legitimate roll. Legitimate. Okay. 3 and 3. Covers that top one. Has to be done in order. Keep on rolling. I actually don't know if I needed the yellow die for this. Regretting it. 2 and 1. Success. Okay. This is now a trophy for him. He's now got 5 total in trophies. He goes back to the expedition camp. But now we will find out what the next special adventure card available is. It's Into the Wild, worth 5. At midnight, a monster appears. So as long as this card is out, monsters are going to start showing up. We succeed, we go to stage 2. We fail, we lose 2 supply. Clock advances, and a monster comes out. This one's all about monsters. Grimly, we ventured forth following the path that Dr. Lot had set out upon some weeks ago. We hoped we would find her in time. Yeah, let's hope to God we do. Alright. Well, good job, Michael Mcglenn. He's got 5. Does he want to buy anything? Yeah, for 5 he can gain an ally. Ally. He loves allies. Ronald Amundsen. When an investigator spins trophies, place 1 sanity token on Ronald Amundsen to reduce the number of trophies he needs to spin by 3 to a minimum of 1. Discard this card when there are 3 tokens on it. So 3 times he gives you a coupon of minus $3 to your purchases. He is great. And let's not forget to use this guy to make it so you don't lose dice when you reroll. Good stuff. So we spent these. Put them down here, and I'll put the special one underneath, face up. Alright. Did we move the Mythos card for him doing that? I don't think we did. So let's move the clock. Now it's Diana's turn. Diana. We used Mists of Relaya before. Yeah, just didn't discard it. I'm bad at bookkeeping, I think, especially when I'm trying to focus on making the video, but honestly, I can't use that as an excuse. It's easy for me to lose track of the kind of logistics and management. Alright. Where does Diana want to go? I think she wants to go somewhere easy. Sorry, Vaughn. But she's also okay with taking some punishment because she's very brave. So she's gonna go all the way up here. Now going there, first we see you may spend 2 trophies to gain a common item. She just has the 1 trophy. But, so now she has to deal with these guys. That means, okay, villain, nobody. Alright, this first one means she loses a supply, or we lose a supply. Collectively. That also loses supply. So supplies are running out fast because of all this storm. This one means a monster appears. So we draw a monster from our monster bag, and it would go on a space that has a white monster holder spot, but there are none. So we can choose to put on any unused one, or in the bottom, or any unexposed one, or on the bottom. And this also locks a red die. So red dice are just totally gone right now. This is a high priest. I want it focused. Maybe closer is what I need. Right there. So close to focusing. I don't think we're gonna get it. You just have to trust me about what it says. You can trust me, I'm okay. He looked at me like I was an annoying fly that he was finally convinced to crush. Okay, pretty rough. Takes these things to take this priest out. Locks the red die. Let's put him over here. So that'll be good. Alright, let's see what's over here in downtown Anchorage. Private collection. Trophy worth 2 entry. Each investigator may spend 2 trophies to gain 1 unique item. Again, more options there, but she's got enough trophies. One of the founders of Anchorage invited us to her home, and we were as amazed at the breadth of her collection as we were at her knowledge. Ooh, okay. Let's hope for the best. Diana she just doesn't have enough resources to really increase her rolls, but at least she's got a couple re-rolls now. Okay. Let's do the bottom one because it's easier because we have to do the top one. Too bad we can't do both in one. I think it's the psychologist or scientist lady that lets you do that. Alright, let's re-roll and see if we can get scroll and terror. Or did I say scroll? Yeah, scroll or terror and magnifying glasses, which is investigation. We got it. That's right, villain. Nailed it. Good job, Diana. You rock and roll. Alright, this is going to sound crazy. And maybe this is just my own personal proclivities and way I live my life. Elder signs are ultimately what we need to win. And to defeat this son of a bitch, we need 13. But she does not have a lot of resources, and this would give her a unique item and a permanent skill. Skill could be very useful or not that useful, but I'm willing to chance it. So she's got the 2 trophies from this. And now she's getting a permanent skill. Cut the deck. Already shuffled. The skill is scientific training. Once during your turn, you may turn a die showing an investigation result to the next highest investigation result on that die. Not bad. Not too shabs. So that's a new skill for her. And the new unique item she gets. Healing Stone. Discard before rolling to fully recover your stamina and sanity. Not bad at all. So we didn't get our Elder Sign yet, but she's a little bit more built up for the future. And she's going to spend 3 trophies on will cost 3. A common item or a spell, she's going to get a common item. And the common item she draws, an 18 Derringer. Discards these spent trophies. Well done, Diana. She's hanging out back at the expedition camp now. And Fairbanks is drawn. Oh, we didn't do the entry already. I already forgot the rules. Because we entered a place, the clock advanced because of today's Mythos rules for this Mythos card. So easy to forget this. And now, because her turn is done, the clock advances again. It's already midnight. Which means let's look at our midnight phase. Advance the day token, 1 day long day track. Add that number of storm tokens. Alright. We're now on to day 3, which means 2 storm markers as indicated. Try to get them random. We want to put them down places. Let's put 1 here. 1 here. Also at midnight, we have there's no adventures with 4 storm markers, so you don't have to add a doom for that. Also at midnight, the Ancient One does his shitty thing, where he adds 3 storm markers. So we're going to set up a lot of storm markers this game. All about the killing cold with this guy. I'm just kind of trying to do it fairly evenly spaced. Still trying to survive. Alright, there's no monsters that have at midnight effects. And same with other world cards. Alright. Yeah, no additional follow-up Mythos effects. So now we just draw a new Mythos card. Hope for the best. Northern Relics. Take them for your own. 1 investigator gains 1 unique item or 1 spell. Add 1 Doom token to the Doom track. Well, Diana is going to gain a unique item. Nice, Ruby of Relea. Red die. Oh, she can't use it because the red dice are locked for like a million years. They belong in a museum. Indiana Jones. Each investigator discards 1 unique item or 1 spell. That's stupid. Okay. He doesn't have one. So she just loses it right away. That's a tease. Stupid Mythos card. And we still have to add that Doom token to the Doom track. As it covers spaces, different things happen. Nothing special happens here. Monsters happen when it covers up one of those. And additional storm markers, as though there weren't enough, go on those. When they're all filled up, the Ancient One awakens, and we have to fight it, and this is how it would attack. And this is kind of the role we would get to attack it, if that happens. Okay, so we did a bunch of stuff here, and as per usual, I'm kind of forgetting whose turn we just did. I think we did Diana's because she did that place, and then it moved twice because of that. Alright, Mike, you ready to kick some ass? You know what I say, Michael? I say you kill that greedy son of a bitch up there. Yeah. Yeah, do it. You got a lot of rerolls because of this guy. Alright. Michael Mcglenn's going up there. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got our first one. terror, and 3 investigation. Let's roll the rest. We got a doom, and we got 3 investigation. We got it. Done. Unlock this red die. Oh, and it doesn't get relocked over to there because that Mythos card is gone, but it does get relocked over to this monster. Alright, so this son of a bitch is dead, this greedy guy, and we can get a common item and a unique item, or an Elder Sign. Again, I'm playing early game. I'm going to get the common item and the unique item. Maybe that's not the right thing to do. Maybe it's the wrong strategic choice. And one thing I like about this expansion is it increases the number of meaningful strategic choices you can make. Decisions like that. But let's see. Here's the unique item he gets. Holy Water. Discard to choose 1 investigator to become blessed. Being blessed is awesome. So that works out great. And he's got a knife. More yellow dice. That works terrifically well. New card being drawn. The Wetlands. Advance the clock unless you lose 1 supply if you go here. Okay. Very super cool. So he, our good friend Michael Mcglenn, heads back here. He's got 2 trophies to spend. He's not going to do anything with them. Unless he decides to... No, he's not going to do anything with them. Oh, that was spent, right? And the clock advances. Bloop. Now, Diana, what do you want to do? Diana wants some... She wants some blood. She's out for blood. She wants to take out this motherfucking guy harassing the Inuits. You can lose 2 supplies to gain a clue. She's not going to do that. Last breath. Entry. Each investigator may spend 2 trophies to gain 1 spell or 1 clue. She doesn't have trophies currently. Darn. That's alright. So this guy is now down here. Still locking the red die. And shit, this is going to be hard. She might not be able to succeed, which means it might be worth it for her to kill the monster, fail the overall task, but at least next time it'll be easier because the monster will be dead. And at least she gets a clue whenever she kills a monster. Okay, what do we got? A lot of investigation. That's all we got. Lots of investigation. Doesn't work. She's spending a clue to re-roll all of them. She needs other shit. Where's that one flying? So did that. Alright. Got a lot of scrolls. She's using another clue. Feels wasteful, but I really want her to get this. She's going to keep the terror result. Roll everything else. Alright. Okay, this is cool. She's going to have... She's got the peril and the terror. It kills this monster and unlocks the red die. That's all gone. This monster is now her trophy, worth 1. And she'll get a clue token back for that in the resolution phase, so I think she can't use it now. Alright, so she has those dice left to try and get the rest of them. Will she focus any? Oh, she can't because she was successful. We have one of these guys. she'll focus this. Reroll the rest. I think she's got it. 2 of these guys. And this has to be 4, but her training can make that go up. The next highest investigation on that die. But there is no 3 on that die. But, oh, so that wouldn't work. But it doesn't matter because there's the other 3 here. So, haha. Fuck you, last breath. She goes back to the camp all happy. And she can get an elder sign and a spell. Or get a clue and be blessed. She's going to become blessed because being blessed is great. So now she has these as a trophy. This as a trophy. She's blessed, which is great. As long as she doesn't fail any, she gets to keep this white die. So we're going to keep her on relatively easy ones. But that should let her save up resources for a little bit. And a new thing showed up. Oh, you know what? We forgot this. At midnight, a monster appears. Another monster was supposed to appear last time. God, bookkeeping. Okay. Alright, where did I put him? Somewhere that was already out. Stormcrow. Looks pretty tough. Let's put it over on this crappy one. Alright. Now, good job, Diana. She has 3 trophies. She's going to spin them to get a common item. So the monster trophy goes away. This goes away. She draws lucky cigarette case, which is nice. And of course she's blessed. Let's not forget that. And the clock moves. Now, I think, I actually think that Mcglenn wants to really go for it and try to get us to level 2 by completing this one. He's going to use holy water on himself to become blessed also. Splash! He splashed it on him. He's all blessed and shit now. So fucking holy. Then he has the white die. In addition to the white die, because these have to go in order, it's tough. And he wants to keep his blessed status. He's use a knife too. Presumably a holy knife. Alright. Alright, we got a scroll. Doing good. Oh, where's my yellow die? Well, I used a knife for a reason. Alright, we got the 3. Maybe this is overkill. Maybe not. Who knows? And we got our peril. Boom. Success. 5 trophies he's got. He's up to 7 now, which is great. And we progress to Heart of Darkness. Heart of Darkness, worth 5 trophies as well. Looks really hard to do. At midnight, add a storm marker to each adventure. Holy shit, that's hard. The evil of the cave was a dread beacon, and though many refused to go further, I and a few others resolved to overcome our fear and save Dr. Lont from her captivity within those dark tunnels. Alright, so this is going to be a hard as crap one to resolve, and a lot of doom if it doesn't work out. So that's very tough. But I believe in my people. I believe they can do it. They're good people. Let's move the clock. Clock moves up. Closer to midnight. Alright. And before Michael Mcglenn's turn is over, actually, he can spin these trophies. For 7. Oh, whoa, shit. Move up to 5. Yeah, he's going to do it for 6 trophies, so he'll have leftover that gets wasted. Remove up to 5 storm markers from adventures. He's absolutely going to do that. So he's spending these. Bloop, and bloop. This is the last. Am I forgetting one? Oh, I had this in the wrong order. Heart of Darkness. We weren't supposed to put out Heart of Darkness yet. The next one to go down, forget what you saw, was Treacherous Ascent. At midnight, each investigator loses 1 stamina unless he loses a supply. Forget that last plot. That's later on. Alright, I put those out of order. We found the expedition's camp in the highlands. Frozen, half-eaten bodies accounted for most of the ground, but a bloody trail led up to the mountains. Worth 5 trophies as well. At midnight, each investigator loses stamina unless he loses a supply. If we beat this, then we go to the Heart of Darkness. Fuck, did we move the fucking day thing last time? God, there's too much to remember. I don't remember. But just to be extra honest, we're going to move it twice this time. If I'm right, then we're doing it honest. If I'm wrong, then I'm playing extra hard. More bookkeeping in this one. And if you have more than one player, it's easier for someone to be like, okay, you take care of this and I'll remember this. But with one person, especially kind of just reading out loud and everything, it can be easy to forget stuff. But yeah, so that's all very cool. So now we're going to start drawing whenever a new adventure comes out. Villain, I'm going to need those top cards, honey. We're going to start drawing from level 2. But he did spin those trophies to get rid of these storm tokens. So they go back, which is nice. Very good. Alright, Diana's turn. Alright, Diana wants to go somewhere easy, kind of relax a little bit. Fairbanks. You may spin 1 trophy to regain 1 sanity and stamina. Alright, she doesn't have a trophy at the moment. Frostbite. Worth 1. Terror. Lose 1 stamina unless you lose 2 supplies. Shit. The storm came on suddenly, and in the blinding white I did not notice that I had walked out of town. It took my companions 3 hours to find me, half buried in the snow, teeth chattering, fingers black. Alright, that's rough. She is blessed, though. So 2 green dice are locked here. But she's got her other green dice, and she's blessed. She's got her white dice. And she's got it, no problem. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop. They found her. She's cured up. Not an issue. So she healed up her health, which is nice. The clock doesn't move this time, which is nice. And she got a common item, which is a cavalry saber for a yellow die. Very awesome, Diana. And 1 trophy worth. I like it. Now we draw a new card to replace that. And it comes from level 2. It's our first red card. Mountain Pass. Add 1 storm marker to this adventure unless you lose 1 supply. So those are all effects that happen. Oh, you know what? Those are effects that happen not when you go there, but just drawing the card. So I think we have to do all of those other ones. So let's do them. Advance the clock unless you lose one supply. Fuck it, we're just going to advance the clock. Bloop. Advance the clock unless you lose a supply. Fuck it in, we'll just advance the clock. We still have to do a Mythos Phase. Add one storm marker to this adventure unless you lose a supply. No, we're going to add a storm marker to that adventure. This one, advance the clock unless you lose a supply. Advancing the clock again. So we're already halfway through the next day. So we definitely need to, you know, do our shit. Do the Mythos Phase. So let's do it all right, and let's do it all in order. And we're going to do 2 of the day movements. Alright, advance the day token along the day track at a number of storm markers is indicated. Moving it twice. We're moving it to day 4, which adds 3 storm markers. And day 5, which adds 4. So holy shit, we have to add 7. Alright, 1, 2, whoops, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, I guess. Is this, what color is this one? Yeah, let's do 6, 7. Okay. Excuse me, dude. Is this guy up here? Yeah. Yes. Alright, it's getting kind of rough. Alright, so we did all that. Now up next. For each adventure with 4 storm markers. At Doom, there aren't any yet. Resolve all at midnight effects on cards. So at midnight effect on the Ancient One. He adds 3 more storm markers. Alright, 1, 2, 3. At midnight effect on monsters. Does this guy have a midnight effect? Yeah, he does, doesn't he? Right? At midnight. Add 4 storm markers to adventures. Well, fuck me. That's a lot of storm markers. We gotta kill that monster. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so soon what we really have to spend trophies on is killing the storm markers, which is expensive, but it will be worth it. Alright, add midnight effects on adventures and other world cards in order of investigators choosing. Alright, at midnight. Okay. Resolve any other the next time the clock strikes midnight effects on the current mythos. I don't see any of those. Refreshing once per day stuff. Okay. And draw a mythos card. Holy shit, that was a hard Mythos Phase. Alright. See if I can clean the cloth. It's just dirty. God, that'd be embarrassing if that was the reason. I think I smudged it more. I'm sorry. Alright, I can't see this. There we go. Hungry strangers. Refuse aid. Each investigator loses 1 sanity. Add 1 doom token to the doom track. Give them aid. Lose 5 supplies. These are choices, I think. Oh, I think you're supposed to choose either or. Oh. Because thematically that doesn't make sense to do both. So you're choosing either or, right? Because how can you refuse aid and give them aid? Unless you're only giving them partial aid? Doesn't make sense. So I've been doing both things. You're only supposed to do one. Well, I'm going to make each investigator lose a sanity and put a doom token on the doom track. Alright, we added doom token to the doom track. That is over the monster spot, so a monster is added. And this monster is shitty because it locks a yellow die and a red die. It's a wraith. The apparition glared at me, and a sickly glow spluttered from a hollow space where its eyes should have been. Sick. Alright, let's put it... Well, I don't know where to put it. This should be face up, by the way. I'll put it... up here, I guess, because we just have to kill those monsters first. Someone's gonna lose their blessed token soon. Okay. So a lot of rough stuff's going on here. Alright, that was Mythos Phase. Who went last? God, why can't I remember? Diana, what did you do? Alright, who did this thing? Frostbite. Diana did that. Diana went last. Michael Mcglenn goes next. Michael Mcglenn is saying, I'm going to take out those fucking monsters if it kills me, and it might. So he goes, doo, 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 doo. He's going up here. You may spend 1 trophy to regain 1 sanity and stamina. You know what? I think actually those effects on the back, even though they don't say entry, I think those are when you walk onto the back of them. And then entry is only what it would say when you actually flip it. So I don't think I had to do all that clock advancing yet. But that's okay, I took care of it for these ones. Alright. Oh shit. Kills an ally. And the other one is kills a common item. So poor Michael Mcglenn has to lose. He has no common item to lose. He'll get rid of the... He'll get rid of the cheaper trophy guy. The coupon guy. Alright, so that guy died. Makes sense. Alright, what do you got for me? Barnett's trading post. Entry. See, entry, that's when you actually flip it as well. Each investigator may spend 2 trophies to gain 1 common item. Nope, he don't have that. Oh, each investigator. So she can. So she's going to do that. She's getting a common item. Diana is getting whiskey to prevent losing sanity. That's pretty accurate. Barnett's trading post had been a Fairbanks staple for decades. Barnett had even claims that the town grew up around his store when people started digging for gold in the frozen hills outside town. Nice. Alright, so we got that, but we also have this monster and this monster. And that one monster locks dice. But we still... So we know this are locked, but I want to see up there. So, but I still have the white die for being blessed. Okay. First things first. We rolled a 4. That was just up here. Never mind. Let's do the 3 and the 1. Kill this fucking guy who's locking the dice. Boom. Wraith is worth 2. Yeah, I know she benefits more from killing the monster, but it just made more sense logistically for him to do it this time. Oh, yeah, I spent 2 dice to do that. Duh. Alright, so, roll again. We need a scroll and a 2. No scroll and a 2, but we could do a little here. Let's do this 2 here. Let's try again. Try to get a scroll on 2. No scroll on 2. We could do the 4, but then our chances of getting a scroll on 2 are really low. We're going to use a reroll. No, we're going to put 1 on our ally to make it so that we can just reroll 1 without losing any dice. We're going to put another 1 on this guy. He's really taking the brunt of it. still not good. Can't he convert something? No, he can only convert terrors into perils, but not scrolls. Alright, we're finishing off this guy. This ally is doing his final one to let him roll again. Come on, scroll. Yeah. Scroll. Ugh, but it would take both of these to get the 2. Which means he wouldn't be able to complete that. But at least he killed this goddamn monster. Alright, so that means he has no choice but to fail the adventure. That sucks. But the Stormcrow worth 3 is dead. His ally, rest in peace, all used up and dead. This task is not complete. So he's hanging out up there. But the red and yellow die are unlocked. His blessed status is gone. It was useful though. Oh, he still has to pay the negative consequences. Either lose a supply in a common item, or move the clock and lose a supply. You can't, I think the rules clearly say you can't choose, you have to choose. So, we have to lose a supply. Alright, we take off the plus, oh, it should have been the plus 10 thing. On the plus 10 thing, go to the regular thing. And now, it's at 9. We have 9 supplies left. Rough. And the clock advances. And because it's the end of his turn, the clock advances again. Oh, we're getting closer to it, and I don't know if we're going to survive. Okay, let's do it all in order. Advancing the day. Sure. Fuck, I don't know how this is supposed to be possible. Now we drop 6 storm tokens. Holy moly. Alright. We'll put someone where he is. He'll have to deal with them right away. I think he has to deal with them instantaneously after the Mythos phase. No, yeah. No, after his movement phase. If he's still there. I have to start doing... Oh, that was just 3. So then 4. 4. 4. Alright, so that was 6. Now we have to do 3 more for the biting, killing cold. One, 2, 3. They're all maxed out. I can't place any. Oh no, never mind. You can place them on Treacherous Ascent. Then maybe I'll do that. I'll put 3. I'll organize it so that there's 3 that way. Alright, that's rough. Now, for each adventure with 4 storm markers on it, add 1 doom token to the doom track. Okay. So that's 1, 2. So 2 of them have that. Oh my goodness. Look what happens. We add 1, 2. One of those is a storm marker. So an additional storm marker comes down. This weather's killing us, man. Okay. Any at midnight effects for monsters? I don't think there's any more. What's the at midnight effects for this? Oh, and we didn't do that last time either. Shit. I forgot about that. So, each investigator loses 2 stamina because of that. So they're getting hurt because of all the winds and crazy weather. Mcglenn goes, ow, ow. Diana goes, ow, ow. They're getting hurt. Their morale is going down. But they're saying, we can do this. We're so close. We're not even close. We don't have any Elder Signs. I'm playing this terribly. God, strategy tips, anything you can give me. I'm open to it. I know I should have earlier got Elder Signs instead of the items, but they just seem so tempting. I don't think there's any more at midnight. cards. Okay. Also, no, that was it. That was fine. Well, before Michael Mcglenn's turn is over, I'm kind of jumping backwards a little, but I think that's fair. I forgot to. Is to spend his 5 trophies to get a fresh new ally, someone to join the scene. Karina Jones. When Karina Jones joins you, draw 3 skill cards. Choose one to place on her and discard the rest. You may use the chosen discard as your own. Discard this card. You discard the skill on her. Okay, so she gives you a skill and you get to choose 3 and pick your fave. She's a teacher. That's great. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, bravery. Once during your turn, you may ignore 1 terror effect. Discard during any investigator's turn to fully regain your sanity. Nice. Nice to get sanity and to ignore terror. Luck. When you draw an event during your turn, you may draw 2 events instead. Choose 1 event to resolve and discard the other. There's still events in this, but there's more events in the Gates of Arkham expansion version. Medical training. Once per turn, you may cause another investigator to regain 1 stamina. Discard during investigator's turn to cause him to regain 1 stamina. Oh, perfect. Alright, heal Diana once per turn. I'm taking that. That's great. Thank you, Karina, for teaching me how to heal people. Okay. That was all great. So that was all the Mythos Phase and the end of Michael Mcglenn's turn. Now it's Diana's time to shine. And she's saying, alright guys, we gotta fucking kick this shit up. And if we're gonna have any luck at this, we need to do some rough shit. So, let's go ahead and let's go to the wetlands. She's gonna go there. Advance the clock unless you lose 1 supply, but that's something that we already did earlier, even though we weren't supposed to yet. This storm effect, nothing. That's good. This storm effect, nothing. Great. The storm effect, monster shows up. And you know what? Fuck it. We're gonna make the monster show up here. And it is a Night Gaunt. Now just read it. The creature grasped hold and pulled me into the air, despite my struggles. Soon we were flying under alien stars. Okay. Alright, so to kill him, you have to lose a stamina, make a gate open, which is actually more of a bad thing in Gates of Arkham, but in this game, it's in, Omens of Ice is actually not a bad thing so much, because it gives you more options. And then have a terror effect. Alright, so before going into all of this, she's going to go ahead, use her cavalry saber, get a yellow die, in addition to her white die for still being blessed. Alright, she is going for it. Through the ice. Terror. Lose 2 stamina unless you lose 1 supply. Looks like a rough one. The cold of the water forced the breath from my lungs and sapped the strength from my will. I was ready to close my eyes and surrender to the numbness when the hands of my companions grabbed me. Sounds familiar. Did we hear something like that before? Oh my God. Okay. Let's roll for it. And monster's right up here. So, first things first, let's kill that monster. So she killed it, boom. We have to lose a sanity. That's part of the payment. We've got to make a gate open. It's our first gate this round. This Omens of Ice seems to have very little gates. Gates of Arkham has the most, and then the regular game has a medium amount. Alright, Ancient Egypt. Oh, interesting. At midnight, advance the clocks. This one's all about advancing the clock. It's time-based. Every morning, for many years, I looked out at the pyramids, wondering if I would ever return to my life in modern Arkham. This could get you as an elder sign. We have to advance the clock some, but at midnight we advance the clock anyway, so we better go here soon. There is an entry effect, hence that red symbol in the upper right corner there. So let's put that here to remember we can go there. So, we killed the monster, and her thing is with killing the monster, she still gets it as a trophy, but she also gets the clue token for the reroll. Alright. So she spent this die as used up, but she's got the rest of the dice to take care of this. Alright. 2 doom tokens. That takes care of one task. Let's reroll the rest of them. Four. She'll focus this 2, lose this die, and reroll the rest. Yeah, there we go. 3 and 2. That's more than 4. She's got it. Success. Very good, Diana. She gets it as a trophy, and she's choosing to take a common item and a clue. Common item is a sweet axe. Another clue. We're getting more gear, which is good. She's going to use her healing stone now. And she's using it to heal her 2 sanity and 2 wounds. So she's feeling better, which is how I want her to feel. She deserves to feel good. She deserves good things. I think she's doing pretty tough right now. I think she's ready for some tough stuff. We draw another one from level 2 now. And she goes back to the expedition camp. 2 trophies she can spend. And she will spend them on nothing just yet. Alright. The clock advances. Bloop. Time is always against us. Now, Michael Mcglenn, being intrepid and fierce, he decides to abandon that adventure for now. He's going into the gate. He's going to the other world, to the ancient Egypt. So he has to draw an entry card. It's our first one for this game. He enters, and the entry card is overwhelming fear. Unbidden, horrible memories of a life you did not live consume you, and you flee in terror from the past that is not your own. Return to the streets of Arkham and end your resolution phase. So in this, Streets of Arkham equals expedition camp. So he just got so scared, he ran back. That is unfortunate. And that just wasted everybody's time, because now the clock moves again. Alright, Diana, since you're not such a fucking coward like Michael Mcglenn, why don't you try the pyramids? Alright, she says. I'll go there. And, does she want to use anything? Or just her dice? Just her white die? She'll use an axe to get a yellow die. Oh, she has to do the entry effect as well. unexpected aid. You find the note shoved under your door when you wake up. You do not know who sent it, but the information it contains is invaluable. During the resolution phase, add either yellow or red die to your dice pool. Well, now it's way overkill. I shouldn't have used it. Alright, so I'll add the red die. So now I'm just loaded up like all fucking hell. Still only one. Alright, a scroll. And 3. Alright, let's use the rest. A scroll. And 4. That was easy peasy. But the clock has to advance twice because of those costs. But we're taking the Elder Sign, our first one. Here it is. First one out of 13. Holy shit. And a unique item. That's a unique item. It's a Mask of Amakek. After any investigator rolls dice, discard this card and lose 2 stamina to change the die. Change a die to the result of your choice. That's okay, that could be good. Could be useful. And she takes this as a trophy. She now has 3, 4 trophies available. She'll save up for 6 to get rid of some storm tokens. And the clock advances again for the end of her turn, which means we're well into the Mythos Phase. Alright, Mythos Phase. First thing that happens is the goddamn day thing moves. We move to day 7. And we add 7 storm tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, then we would add 3 more because of the Ancient One's power. But if there aren't any left available, you just can't add anymore. So that's good, kind of. Silver lining. Now, for each adventure with 4 storm markers on it, add 1 doom token to the doom track. Well, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow! Are you serious right now? I think we just woke the Ancient One all at once with this crazy storm. We didn't even get a chance to go to the final adventure, Heart of Darkness, which actually, if we succeed at, spoiler, can push this all the way back, giving us a chance to get the Elder Signs. But look how crappy I've done at getting Elder Signs. Yeah, I know I chose wrongly, but I just didn't get far enough ahead, I guess. I think you need to start getting into stage 2 much quicker. Is it easier with more investigators? Maybe, but I've hardly played the Omens of Ice scenario, so I can't guarantee that. Wow, though. Okay, so let's make sure we're doing that right. 1, 2, 3. That one has more than 4. That's not even supposed to be that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We had 7 doom tokens. Okay. So let's do that. We might still be able to defeat the monster in combat. Maybe this is the type that it's better to try to prepare for combat rather than... Alright, so, whoops, that's the wrong thing. So, first one shows up, monster comes down. Monster I'll put here. Next one would make a storm token, there's none left. Another one, then another monster comes down. Put it here, because whatever. And then another storm token. Whoops, it's all out of place, but you get the idea. No more. And then finally, that's it. So the Ancient One is woken up. The Ancient One is woken up. I think we still would resolve any of these, any at midnight effects. But the Ancient One is awake, so we don't. I don't think we draw another Mythos card. I think what happens is that, and I always have to check for this, but when a Doom token is placed on a space with a monster icon, that happens. When the last space on the Doom track has a token placed on it, the Ancient One awakens, and the investigators must confront the horrible creature in combat. Here they are. So they go to the Ancient One sheet. Alright. Alright. Let's do this. So once a Doom token is placed on the last space of the Doom token, the Ancient One awakens. It immediately awakens. If the final Doom token is placed as a result of investigator receiving rewards or penalties, he receives all the rewards or penalties before the Ancient One awakens. If a game effect awakens the Ancient One before the Doom track is full, the Doom token is placed on the space. Immediately after the Ancient One awakens and his Doom track has been filled, all investigator markers are moved to the Ancient One card. Players cannot move their investigators from the card for the rest of the game unless their investigator is devoured. Note that once the Ancient One awakens, disregard the lingering effect of the most recent Mythos card. If the Ancient One awoke at any point during the active player's turn other than the advanced clock step, the active player proceeds immediately to the advanced clock step. Right? Okay, so let's attack. Let's fight this Ancient One. Let's bring the Ancient One front and center. Alright. So, we know he has this many life, as much life as there are Doom tokens there. Here's my two people fighting him. The Elder Sign's not going to help us much at this point. These are the rolls. For each time we roll one of that combination, we do a damage, and a damage is taking off one of the Doom tokens. His attack is that at midnight, and every time it's at midnight, he'll do his attack on us. So, who went last? God, I don't remember. Who finished the last thing? The pyramids thing. That was the last one, right? But then she finished the pyramids thing. And then all that stuff happened. So Michael Mcglenn is up next. So Michael Mcglenn's going to try and attack. He's got his medical training. So during his turn, he's going to heal her one. She's already healed up. So no problem. Okay. So he's just rolling his dice. He's not blessed. He doesn't have any items. He's rolling his dice trying to get that combination. He's getting rid of one. He's focusing this one. Rolling again. He's using his reroll to reroll everything but those two. Try to get a Doom token. And he got it. So, he did 1 damage against the Ancient One. And the clock advances. Now it's Diana's turn. Diana. Oh, I'm not doing the ultimate, the epic showdown thing. That's okay. This is still just as epic. That's just another variant you could do, basically. Diana will use her cigarette case. She's rolling. she will use a reroll to reroll all of them but the scroll. She'll use another reroll to reroll all but that scroll. Okay. She has to lose one. And she got it. Combination. One more doom token removed. We're slowly hurting this guy. This biting cold, wormy, gross guy. Move the clock up. Alright, Michael Mcglenn, back to you. You've only green dice to work with. Make it count. We even forgot to make her blessed before, but you know what? I think blessed status goes away in the ultimate final showdown. Yeah, when the Ancient One awakens, blessed goes away. So, we're doing everything by the book. Alright, Michael. Show him what you got. Scroll. Peril. Discard one. Oh, I can only focus one. Alright, focus the scroll. Okay. Get rid of another. Well, they're both in the same spot. Can't they focus for each other? Yeah, they can. So, alright, wait, redo that last one. Diana's focusing the peril, assisting with the peril. He's focusing the scroll. Still nothing. Discard one. And let's see what we got. Yeah. Boom. 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 Remove one more. Okay. Then move the clock up. It's midnight, so instead of all the Mythos midnight stuff happening, the monster does its special attack. When he awakens, place all the storm markers on the sheet. When he attacks, add one storm marker to the sheet. Then the investigators, as a group, lose a total amount of stamina and or sanity equal to the number of storm markers on the sheet. Place all on the sheet. Oh, in play. Oh, fuck me. Hang on. When he awakens, add one storm marker. Oh, wait. When he awakens, place all storm markers in play to the sheet. Well, that's all of them. Okay. And then when he attacks, add one storm marker to the sheet. Then investigators, as a group, lose a total amount of stamina and or sanity equal to the number of markers on the sheet. So, in a single attack, all of this storm icy powers, all of it, he kills us. He wipes us out. Like, I don't get how we would survive. I guess if we killed him fast enough, we got it by getting several hits each round with enough specials. But we didn't have that at all. Yeah, holy shit. Alright, so let's see. So, he does this much damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think it's like 23 or 24, but either way, my guys have 6, that's like 10. They have 20 combined health, and he's already a little bit hurt. So in a single icy cold blast, Relim Shaikorith went and just blasted them into cold oblivion. And we never got to the final special events of Heart of Darkness, where we might have rescued Professor Lott, Dr. Lott, and moved Token back to day one, and maybe had a chance of getting enough level 2 to get enough Elder Scrolls. Holy shit, that was more than hard. That was like super hard. Like, I know I'm not the best player at this, and I haven't figured out a lot of solo strategies, and I know that luck is a factor. But that just completely destroyed me from beginning to end. Like, I hardly got any Elder Signs, even though I succeeded at stuff, and I felt like I was moving fast enough. I just hardly was collecting anything. My supplies started running out fast. I never started losing stamina from lack of supplies, so maybe I should have been more liberal with spending supplies. But in either case, that was Elder Sign, Omens of Ice. I still had a fun time. That was fun for me. The original Elder Sign was criticized, including by me, as being far too easy. I felt that hidden knowledge or forsaken knowledge, mixing up hidden forces, the first little expansion added a little bit more difficulty, especially with the Master Mythos cards, and was a good regular expansion. Gates of Arkham, though I was reticent about them kind of replacing out stuff, because I like it when games, except for adding scenarios and main bad guys, I like it when they tend to just add more instead of replacing out, modularly entire decks of cards, for instance. I don't like that this game does that, but for this game it kind of works for the Gates of Arkham adventure deck and Mythos deck, and in this case for the Omens of Ice adventure decks and Mythos decks, and provides a really cool, unique experience. And I think Omens of Ice may be the most difficult of all. I think regular Elder Sign was a little underpowered, a little too easy. The first expansion made it a little harder, and Gates of Arkham gave it more options to make it very difficult. But I think Omens of Ice is just really, really challenging. One downside is that there is more kind of bookkeeping and stuff to do, but it is more thematic with the special story cards going along, and it is more, it's more involved. I think there's more strategic and deep choices. And I think I may have played this in hard mode a little bit I think I was supposed to choose, and I'll double check on that, instead of doing both. But that only affected a couple Mythos cards. And this, I do think that this is an especially difficult villain. They only give you 3 for Omens of Ice, who are specifically made for Omens of Ice, though you could swap them out and use a different one, or vice versa, but they just work better this way. There's a version of a Thaqua who's regular, and then there's a version of a Thaqua for Omens of Ice. So that was me playing. That was great fun for me. We had pain. What we didn't get to is we didn't really get to any of the 3 little mini expansion stuff. Like if your guy loses all of his sanity, with this, you can make it so that he gets back all his sanity, but he gets a phobia, and the phobia is kind of like a condition or a madness, kind of like Eldritch Horror Mansions of Madness. If he gets 3 phobias, he's still devoured, but it kind of makes the game easier in theory, because you can survive going insane twice. You just get it mentally disabled a little bit. This Epitaph card is interesting, because if a character gets devoured, some little narrative happens, like maybe you have a chance of getting their stuff, maybe something extra bad happens thematically, or they come back as a zombie or monster or whatever. And what I meant to pull out this time was the epic battle one, so that basically each time it's a midnight phase, a different epic battle scenario will happen with how you fight. So Fortune's Fools. The investigators must draw 3 cards from the epic battle deck and return them to the top in the order they wish. Alright, let's see another one here. All or Nothing. During the attack phase, each attacking investigator who does not complete the Ancient One's battle task at least once is devoured. The Ancient One does not attack this round. So, wow, okay, this is one where you're gonna, if you don't do at least some damage. See, if this could have bought us time, and if this bought us time, if we were playing with this, well, we only did 3 in that day phase. But maybe we could have gotten more lucky and did 3 or 4. But even so, there'd still be Doom tokens left, so that wouldn't have saved us. But stuff like that would just mix up the game and kind of make it the ultimate sacrifice. Each investigator may make an attack on his turn. If he does so, may make 2 attacks on his turn. If he does so, he is devoured afterward. The Ancient One attacks as normal. Ooh, rough. Minor setback. Lock the 1 green die until midnight. Then investigators attack as normal. I kind of already feel like there's a slight elegance to the way you battle the Ancient Ones already. You roll, you get the combination of their dice. They have their attack pattern, and you're trying to mow down the Doom tokens that earlier you didn't want to build up. I feel like a random generator of each round is difficult. They kind of offered that in... they kind of offer that option in showdowns for A Touch of Evil, where each showdown round will be different depending on the roll of a die. But for whatever reason, I'm not sure I like that as much, because I feel like there's already enough dynamic stuff going on in a showdown with a main bad guy. But the extra random stuff of things that could happen with a character dying, or with a phobia from losing sanity, I kind of like that. Anyway, I'm rambling now at this point, but hopefully that was interesting to you, entertaining, or at least a little bit of time killing, or gave you a chance to kind of enjoy some of the pretty components, even if you don't get the full kinesthetic luxury and delight that I get, and all of its wonderful deliciousness of picking up plastic dice and thick, wonderful chits with beautiful images and things on them. Maybe it still simulates it a little bit, and it's a little bit of fun to kind of watch that and go through that journey. And maybe we'll do more games like this. If you have other games you know of that you'd like to see done solitaire by me, I know there's a lot of great folks out there who do terrific solitaire games. I've been inspired by many of them. If you just Google some folks who do solitaire board games, probably all the ones you're Googling are people who are heroes and inspirations of mine, and quite frankly a lot better than me at doing this. So definitely appreciate those people, like Ricky Royal and everybody else. But suggestions would be great for me, because this is fun for me, because it gives me an excuse to talk more, which I'm already verbose enough, and play games more that are cooperative or solitaire, and to storytell a little bit and engage a little bit, because I like the storytelling element. I like the theme. I like getting into it. I kind of like engaging, joking around a little bit and having fun with it too, and realizing it's a little bit abstracted, but it's also kind of thematic, and you kind of imagine what might be going on in these mountains, or with this treacherous weather, or gaining an ally who helped, or you can kind of visualize a slightly abstracted story in your mind, all the while realizing that's also a logic puzzle with randomizers built in. It's a real wonderful tapestry of different kinesthetic and psychological